Hi, this is Wally Kern with Supreme Gecko. Hey, we're getting a lot of questions about what we do with the babies down in our facility, how we put them away, what we do with them, what kind of enclosures we put them in. So join us today as we venture down and see if we have any hatchlings. Wink, wink. I think that we do. Real quick, I wanted to mention, if you have any questions whatsoever about Supreme Gecko, about our facility, about our animals, or even about me, leave a comment below and I'll make sure that I can check it out and see if we can do a video on it. Let's go take a look at those babies. Just real quick, there's a lot going on in the Supreme Gecko facility. So if you have questions about anything going on, please comment below. Let's keep going. I know this is a really cramped quarters here, but we're utilizing every inch of this facility as we possibly can. So this is a homemade incubator here. I made this probably about 8 years ago. It's worked out really, really well for us. Let's take a look at those babies. This isn't easy one-handed. What we're talking about today is not leopard geckos or crested geckos. It's more about the African geckos, Chondrodactylus, Hemidactylus. It's also Periodora. And this is how we hatch these geckos out. So let's look at the container and I'll talk a little bit about that. So first of all, pardon the cart. This cart is about, I want to say 18 years old. And it's seen its better days, but it really functions very, very well for us. Good storage on the bottom two levels. And we do just about everything on this top level here. We mark the top with the names of the geckos that are coming out, the date that they were laid. Let's go ahead and take a look inside. And I'm going to be very gentle with this. In fact, I'm going to put this into a bucket so that if any of the geckos decides to run, they're not going to run too far. Trying to be extremely gentle with this process. I don't like to bounce eggs too much here. Let's go ahead and open this up. We'll see if we have any babies. I can see one, I can see two, I can see 3 babies right away. So again, this is how we're hatching these animals out. This is a vermiculite and it's moist, it's not wet. I can certainly feel the wetness, but if I squeeze it, I'm not going to get any water out. This just holds the humidity in the container. And again, with the top, I do have a few small air holes, just enough to give some kind of an air ventilation, an air circulation in the container. Each of these bottle caps has Supreme Hatch material inside, and that's simply to hold the eggs in place. I try not to wet that, although some of them, it looks like it's a little bit wet in the bottle caps. I try not to throw too many eggs in each bottle cap. It looks like we have 3 here, and actually it looks like we have 1 bad egg. I'll have to go ahead and take that one out. So let's see what we have in here. I see on the far right, and we'll get a better picture of these in just a moment, but on the far right I see we have an Androyensis, Periodora Androyensis. Sitting right here on this bottle cap It looks like we have a Benopus tuberculatus. And the big guy right there, that's a Chondrodactylus Kalahari. Let's go ahead and start putting these away. And we're back. What I've done is set up 3 different containers. One for the Chondrodactylus, one for the Androyensis, and one for the tuberculatus. These are all very, very simple setups. These caps, if I could show you here, have little slits in them. Very simple setup, and this isn't something to keep them through adulthood, obviously. It's something to get them through their first month, month and a half to 2 months before they move into their grow-out tanks. These setups are basically done this way so that I can monitor and manage these small animals. I really, really want to make sure that they're eating and they're drinking and they're pooping, and of course they're growing. In about a month or so, they'll go from these containers over to about a 6 to 9 quart container, and from there to a 12 quart container, and then from there to a 2-gallon setup. The Chondrodactylus, on the other hand, is set up like this. So I use these egg cartons because they're just great hiding places. This resembles exactly what they're seeing in nature. So they like to, because they're so small, they like to find as many little crevices as they possibly can. And if you notice, this is kind of funny, but if you notice, this is a piece of tile directly from our kitchen. Just an extra piece of tile that I'm using just to stabilize this setup here. So I don't feed the first day, but I absolutely do add water right from the beginning. Okay, I think we're all set. Let's go ahead and start putting away the animals. Usually all 3 of these animals are pretty tolerant of a little bit of handling right from the beginning, and I'm doing this one-handed. So bear with me here. They're not super fast, so this shouldn't be too bad to grab them and put them in their new containers. Okay, here's the tuberculatus. All set. Just being really quiet there. That's good. Sometimes they get that way when you move them around as kind of a defense mechanism. I'm going to go ahead and grab this Androyensis. And I'm being very gentle because I don't want to move those rocks. See if we can get a good, or at least a halfway decent close-up here. Such a small little animal. Let's go ahead and put this one away. They're being extremely patient. And now the Chondrodactylus. And I'm not putting the tops on because I know those 2 animals don't jump up. If I were dealing with a Pachydaculus, I certainly would right away put that top on. And I'm going to grab this chondro, hopefully, without too much of a mess. Here he comes. And right into their container. That was quick. So I'll go ahead and put the top on all 3 of these. They have water, and they should all be set. At this point, I've labeled the 3 different containers, and I'll go ahead and put them away. I'm going to put them by a light that keeps them a little bit warmer. Although this room is pretty decent, it's about 70, I think about 75 to 76 degrees. Once I put them away, I'll go ahead and put the eggs back in the incubator, and we should be all set. Thank you again for joining me today. Again, if you have any questions about what I do down here in the facility, please go ahead and leave a comment below. If you like the video, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification button. Thanks again for watching.